Today's video is going to be very experimental, so I'm really looking for feedback on this one, but pretty much what I want to do is just go through all these 7th generation Pokemon names and then judge how much of a pun the names are. So we'll look at a Pokemon like Rowlet. I'm going to be using a scale from 0 to 3 to pretty much just simplify things. That 0 is going to be not really a pun at all, 1 is going to be a very weak pun, 2 is going to be an okay, I kind of get it, and 3 is just going to be damn it, Pokemon. That's pretty much the scale I'm going on. Now, I feel like there's also going to be a lot of just inconsistencies because it's really hard to judge a pun based off of just whatever. So it's not going to be a definitive list, and that's why I'm looking for feedback. Do you want to see me do this with other generations? Do you think this is a dumb idea that I should never even try to go for again? Well, let's look at Rowlet, and I've already thought about the first couple of Pokemon, but I'm thinking Rowlet is going to be a 1 because it's pretty much just Owlet and then like an R. So it's like, it's kind of okay, kind of weak, but that's like, I want to see what goes into the Pokemon names. So now let's go and look at Dartrix. Now, for Dartrix, that one's pretty easily. It's a play on words for tricks, so it's doing dart, which is related to arrows, and then tricks. So I feel like it's kind of forced, which is what's going to give this one a 2 on my scale. So I already have 1 that's a 1, and then 1 that's a 2. And then we have Decidueye. Now, Decidueye is another one that I feel is a 2. Like, it's a good pun, but I think it tries too hard, that it's kind of convoluted at the same time. So that's going to hopefully give some insight into what I'm planning on when I'm doing the tally at the end, because that's also what I want to do. I want to go to the end of the video and be like, yo, here's the tally, here's how silly Pokemon is with their pun names. And Decidueye, I'm going to give a 2 as well, because it's like deciduous trees, so it's a tree, foresty kind of Pokemon, grass typing, and then we have Eye for like Hawkeye, Keen Eye, eyesight for arrows and whatnot. Also, you might hear my pin click a lot because I'm going to get bored while doing this. But next up, we have Litten, and Litten is definitely a 3. We have Lit for fire, like you're lighting something, and then we have Kitten, and it's just a clean pun. Now, Torracat is going to be a weird one because, like, what is the, I guess Tora, I don't know, like, that's also why I'm on Bulbapedia, because I can scroll down and see what people are putting in. Yeah, Torrid, very hot and dry, and cat. Now, I didn't really think of Torrid as for the name, so I almost want to put a 0, but it still kind of has cat. And if Torrid does work, then I guess I'll give it a 1. I was going to give it a 0. That's also why I like being able to scroll down and then figure out what the Pokemon's names are going to be. Incineroar, that's a 3. So like the Litten evolutionary line, like we have Roar for lion, big old beastly cat Pokemon, and then Incinerate. So Incineroar is going to be pretty big. Popplio. I can't come up with anything for Popplio. That's a 0. That's just one of those nonsensical, this is a Popplio now, no pun required kind of names. And Brionne is also, like, I want to put it somewhere between a 0 and a 1, because I guess, like, brine? But then it doesn't go anywhere with the Brionne. So I feel like it kind of makes sense. It feels watery, but I think it's a 0 on a pun scale. And then I feel like Primarina, it sounds like it's going to be some kind of performy kind of name. I want to give it a 1 as well. Like, the whole Popplio evolutionary line is kind of awkward. But it has, like, marine in it, so I guess I'll force out the 1 on the Primarina and not just drop Popplio down to all 0s for just completely nonsensical names right there. Next up, we're going to have Pikipek. Pikipek is, it's a woodpecker, and it picks at things, and it pecks at things. So I feel like it is a little bit of a force, but I'm going to give it a 2. Now, for the next one, we have Trumbeak. Trumbeak, I think that's just a 1. It's kind of like the Rowlet. We got beak in there. We got something that signals what it is. So I'm just gonna go and give it a 1. But Toucanon, oh my goodness, Toucanon is the easiest 3 I've ever thrown down so far. Like, that is ridiculous right there. I mean, I would give that one like a 9, a 10 out of 10 on a scale of 0 to 3 for the Toucanon. That is actually, I'm gonna do like a star. You know, I'm gonna have like perfect puns, and I'm actually gonna do individual Pokemon for that. So we got Toucanon as like the perfect Pokemon pun. Yungoos. I mean, it is like mongoose, and it is a young little mongoose, but it's not spelled like it. It's spelled kind of differently. And we already have Zangoose, and it's kind of like Yungoos, and it kind of makes sense. It looks like a mongoose, so I guess we'll get that one too. Like, I think it's a stupid name, but it's still number 2. I'd give it. Gumshoos. Now, I think it has something to do with Gumshoe, and that's why it's a patient Pokemon that has, like, the stakeout and it waits and stuff. I wasn't really into the whole idea or favoring, like, it being based off of Gumshoe and Mongoose. It's worth a 2, but I personally want to give it a 1 because it's just a force. But I think I'll give it a 2. Like, it works as a 2, but I think it's a little too forced. But I mean, it's not like a really weak, bad pun to kind of justify a 1. So it's gonna be really hard to try to work our way here to figure out what's going to be like, that's what I mean. Consistency is going to be an issue. So grubbin, it's a grub. That's a 1. Like, I don't see the IN meaning anything. It's just a grubbin. Now, charger bug. That I'm giving a 3 because that's pretty straightforward right there. Vikavolt. I want to give that one a 2. So I don't understand where the Vika is coming from. Let's scroll down to see if we can get any idea what's with the Vika. Name origin, vice grip. Yeah, it's just something Volt. So let's go and give that one. Did I say crap? I just lost my train of thought. Was I going to give that one a 1 or 2? I think a 1. Let's give Vikavolt a 1 right there because it's pretty weak, and then it just goes Volt. Something Volt. Crab Brawler, that's a 3. Like, that's one of those dumb ones where it's like, yeah, and then it has its fighting animation where it looks like it's going for the fisticuffs. Crabominable, again, like, it's the strength of it. I think another thing to look for is the strength. So Crabominable, that's going to be a 3. Oricorio, I mean, it feels and sounds dancery. Now, a lot of people get mad at my pronunciation of Oricorio. Now, mostly it's just based off of, like, the Bele style, I guess that's what it's called. Because I just think, like, Rio. I think, you know, tropical birds. I think Brazil. I think Rio. And that's why I go for Oricorio. But other than that, it just has, like, an Orica, and I don't know what, like, Oric means for anything bird-related. So let's go and scroll down and see if we have anything. Choreography, or, yeah, like, Oricorio feels more nonsensical, and I try to force it into a 1, but it's actually just a 0. Now we gotta... I hope I don't scroll back up. Like, I want to get to the top of the page really fast. I should also probably just, like, open up another tab. But yeah, like, I don't want to blind you guys and give you guys weird motion blurriness. Cutiefly. I want to give it a 2 because it's not like a, oh my goodness, what a pun. It's just a Cutiefly. That's a bee-fly Pokemon. It's kind of a cute little fly. So that's a 2. Next up, we're going to have Ribombee. Now, I feel Ribombee kind of transcends that Cutiefly. It makes a bit more sense and then works its way into a 3 because it's got a little necktie. It's got like that ribbonness going on, and it's an adorable little bee Pokemon. So that's going to be a 3 right there. Rockruff, 3. Lycanroc, 3. We don't have to spend any time right there. We have, you know, Lycanthrope for Werewolf, and that's where the Werewolf Pokemon idea comes from. And then we have a Rockruff, so it goes rough, but it's also tough and rugged, and it's rock. And Wishiwashi. Oh, man, Wishiwashi's tough. Because it doesn't make sense for the Pokemon. Actually, it makes a lot of sense for the Pokemon when you think about it. Because it's kind of wishy-washy, you know? It's either like ready to battle, it's ready to school, or else it's like, I don't know. Yeah, let's give it a 3. Wow, there's actually a lot of 3s so far. So the tally right now is 3 zeros, 6 1, 6 2, and 10 3s on the name. And if you guys are like keeping track for yourself, you know, I'd like to see what your guys' tally is if you are enjoying this video. Marini, I gotta give it the 3. I gotta give it the 3. Same with Toxapex. Toxapex feels like a 3 as well. Because, like, Apex Predator, and then it's also Toxic, and then we can go off of, like, the Toxapex entry, because it just preys on things like Corsola. It is at the top of the food chain, and just a mean little Pokemon. Mudbray. Now, I don't know where the Bray comes from. Also, I'm gonna go to the Mudsdale. Mudsdale's a 3. That's like, man, that's why I want to do this. I want to see if you guys are interested in this video, because we can go through the generations and then see how much the Pokemon pun naming has changed or how much it's been consistent. Because sometimes the names just feel like, yeah, that's a Pokemon name, and other times it's like, I don't know. Even if it's like a good one. Oh, Bray is Cry of a Donkey. See, I didn't know about that. That bumps that one up to a 3 if it's actually like a Donkey Cry and it's a Mud Donkey Pokemon. So we have Mudsdale, that's going to be a 3. And, oh man, Dewpider, Dewdrop, it lives inside of like a little drop of water, and it's also Spider. Araquanid, that's another 3. So now we're up to 16 on the 3s. For Mantis, it sounds like Mantis. It's like very directly Mantis. I'm going to give that one a 2. I'm going to give that one 2. Lurantis, I'm going to give Lurantis a 2 as well. I don't know, like, it has that lure, like, it's a luring mantis. That's kind of like what the whole mantis thing is? I don't think they lure, though. That's an interesting one. Like I said, I think it's not as clean to be a 3, so I'm gonna go put a 2 on the Lurantis. Morello, that's going to be a 3, because it's a morel mushroom, and then it lulls things. Shinotic. I'm wondering if that's like hypnotic based off of shiitake, and like, yeah, we have a shiitake mushroom with that puts you to sleep, and then it has spore, and it's all about. Actually, I haven't read the Pokedex entry, so I think it's time for us to get freaked out right now. Treacherous tinder at night. People confused by strained lights can never find their way home again. Awesome. Flickering spores that cause drowsiness. Awesome. Yeah, that thing's creepy. Salandit. Like, I don't understand where the banditness comes from, but it's got like a cute little bandit mask. And in Salandit, it's clean, I feel. That just rolls off. When enemies become disoriented from inhaling the gas, it attacks them. And it's a salamander. I don't see, like, it has that bandit design. And then we have Salazzle. Oh my goodness. When I first saw Salazzle's name, I thought it was fake, because it came out of that leak that we had where the guy got the game like 8 days or 7 days early or something. He's like, check it out, Salandit has an evolution. And it's like, is this guy trolling us right now? Is he like renaming the new Pokemon names, making us think that they're going to be real? Because it's got that sizzle, it's that salamander, and it's just Salazzling. So I feel that Salazzle is a 3. Now I was thinking on like a scale of 0 to 4, but then I think that would be too complicated. And we're just trying to go for like, is it a good pun? Stuffle, I feel Stuffle. It's like a little teddy bear kind of Pokemon. And I don't know, it's like full of stuff, and it has even the like butt tag on it. I want to just give it like a 1 for like kind of weak Stuffle, but then Beware. Beware is an easy 3 right there. Also, I forgot about these stars. I forgot about like the other ones. I mean, I feel Lycanroc is a really good one. Araquanid is a beautiful name. And does Beware make it, like, you look at it, it's a bee, it's just a bear, and it's like the next level pun. It's a name that also is a pun of a real word to describe a Pokemon. Yeah, Beware has to make it to like next level, like tier 10. Bounce Sweets, like, I don't understand where it bounces from, but I understand that's like a sweet little fruit. Bounce Sweet, I'll give it 2. Next up, we have Steenie. Now, if you understand like the mangosteen, and that's actually kind of what the fruit looks like, I'm going to give 2 for Steenie, 2 for effort right there. And then Sarina, I feel like it's supposed to be playing on like a czar, like it something like that. I don't know. Like, is that correct? Yeah, Russian monarch. That's one. Oh, it's okay. Maybe a combination of Sarina, Russian monarch, and then Serini, in incorporation between mangosteen and queen. See, I feel like it stretches too hard, and I also didn't see it being like that commanding of a monarch for the Sarina, but that's why I've been calling it like Sarina instead of like doing something else. So I'll just give it a 1 right there. So now, yeah, it looks like 0 is at the bottom, and we haven't seen. I think I'm gonna give Sarina the 0 because I think it's too forced. You know, I'm like, there needs to be more zeros, kind of nonsensical names. Comfey, I think that's a 1 because it's just kind of like fairy kind of base thing, so it's just a little thing right there. Or Ranguru, that is a 3, and I want to give it the star. I want to give it the next level because that's just pretty crazy. Also, same with Passimian. It's a simian, and it also passes things around. I'm not going to give it the star, but that's definitely a 3 right there. Wimpod. I don't know if I should give it the 3 because the pod is based off of its design, and it is based of like the thing, isopod. So it's like its own classification. So taxonomic term for pod, which means foot, and it's a wimp something. But I don't think it works for like mixing taxonomy terms with the actual Pokemon name. So I'm gonna go give Wimpod a 1 or 2. I'm gonna give Wimpod a 2. I'm gonna give Golisopod a 1 because it still has like that pod that kind of backs it, but I think it's a weak 1 on the Golisopod. Oh man, now we're gonna get into Sandygast. I'm gonna give it a 2 because I think it makes sense. Like, it's a Ghast for spirit kind of Pokemon thing, and it's also sandy because it's Sandcastle, but I just don't think it's a good name. Same with Palosan. Oh, never mind. I think I have to bump up Palosan to a 3 now that I think about it, because it's a pail of sand. You know, yeah, you use sand to build fan castles in your pail. Yeah, that's like it's the dumbest name, which is why I think I have to give it a 3, because it's like a perfect dumb pun right there. Kind of like the Beware, but not as amazing as Beware. Pyukamuku. Pyukamuku goes deeper than just a 0. Like, it seems like something nonsensical, but it does like spit out its innards. It has that innards out. So I'm thinking Pyukamuku is at least a 1. Type Null is just nonsensical. That's going to be a 0. Silvally, I think it's too much of a stretch of like Silicon Valley. Is that even where Silvally's name is based off of? For like technological advancements, Silver Ally, it contains all. I'm not feeling it. Silver and Buddy, like, yeah, I don't understand where the silver comes from, because it doesn't, like, was there mention of it being like made out of silver or incorporated with silver in some way to have like anti-Pokemon combating properties? I'm gonna go give Silvally and Type Null a 0, because I don't know, it's just one of those weird things. Minior, that is going to be a 3 right there, because it's an... Actually, wait, what is the Mini? Is it supposed to be like mini as in tiny, or is it just supposed to be something for the Meteor? That's... Actually, Minior is a pretty tiny Pokemon. Yeah, like, it's a mini Meteor, and it becomes a Pokemon off of that. And also, I just like how it rolls off the tongue, because it's only 1 foot tall, and it weighs a buttload. So, we have Kamala. That's gonna be a 1, because koalas, I keep calling koalas now for like the rest of my life. Rolls off the tongue, it's in a coma, but it's got that cave for koala, and koalas sleep their entire life. Turtonator, I want to give it a 1, because it's just like weak turtle pun. Togedemaru, that's a nonsensical one. That's mostly just the Japanese name. Mimikyu, I feel... I'm not giving Mimikyu like special privileges, but I'm saying that Mimikyu, that's got to be a number 10. You know, that's got to be one of those special star names right there, because it mimics you and it dresses up as a Pikachu and it mimics the Pikachu. Bruxish, it has like fish in there, but I don't understand what the like, what does Brux mean? It's not brackish. I don't think it's too much of a play on brackish. Bruxism. Oh my goodness, we're about to... what is Bruxism? Oh! Really? Is the accepted grinding or jaw clenching? Is that Bruxism? Like when you just gnash your teeth, kind of? Oh man, that's a 2. I have to bump it up to a 2. That's some strangeness right there, and I've never considered that, but it makes sense. Huh, that's kind of weird. We have Drampa. Now, Drampa's weird, because it's like Dragon Grandpa, but it doesn't come off... It comes off as... I don't know. It's so weird, because it has a compassionate personality, but if angered, completely destroys its surroundings with intense breath. This Pokemon is friendly to people and loves children. It comes from deep in the mountains to play with children it likes in town. So it has, like, a caringness to it, but I don't think there's enough Grandpa going on. It's got more Snoop Dogg than Grandpa, but it is a Dragon something Grandpa. Boom. Delmise. I think it's just, like... a pun on demise, so I'm gonna go and give it a 1. I don't understand where Del comes from for like the possessed seaweed. We have Jangmo-o. I have been so bad with these names. Jangmo-o is gonna be a 1, or actually no, Jangmo-o is gonna be a 0. But Hackmo-o, because now this is where we see, you know, it's a fighting dragon Pokemon. It's got like punchy looking fish, you know, it's got those scales and it can hack at things at least. But the Hackmo-o, so I'm going to give it a 1, because it hacks things, but it just... I don't understand the Mo-o. Let's scroll down. Maybe I'll give everything like +1 points for O-o meaning something. Theropod... Oh wait, no. Kamo-o may be combination of Commander and Mo-o. Hawaii... Oh, shenanigans. I did not know that Mo-o is Hawaiian for dragon. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I guess because of the deeper meanings, I'm going to have to bump all of these up. So, Jangmo-o gets a 1, Hackmo-o gets a 2, and Komo-o is... I think it's supposed to be Komodo. Komo-o. Komodo, Mo-o. Also, I needed to go and actually... Why won't I... It won't let me click on the name. The link is broken here, and I can't get to the next one. So, I want to say Komodo for Komodo, and I'm gonna go and give it a 2. So the evolutionary line pulls through. Tapu Koko. I'm like the Tapu Lele, like the names are just nice names. I think Bulu might get an extra point because it has something to do with Bulu or Bull. And then we also have Finny. These are going to be some interesting name origins to check out for sure. Because I'm wondering, like, Tapu, Hawaiian for sacred or holy. Like, that's when we first saw Tapu's name. We're like, what does Tapu mean? What is all these things? Hawaiian onomatopoeia for rooster crowing. Really. It has, like, that rooster plumage as well. Is that really where we're going with this? And we have Kapu Kokeko. Kapu for in the Japanese. And then onomatopoeia for rooster crowing. Oh, this is so weird. This is so weird. Like, what do we do? How do we just classify the Tapus? Because it's like when we get into the Hawaiian, it's like a Hawaiian pun. So that's the next level. I think I'm just going to give all the Tapus a 2. Because it's a really good pun, but it's a really inside joke kind of pun. So I'm just going to go and give all the Tapus, you know, because we have Lele probably means its own thing. And then we have Tapu Bulu for bull, and then we have Finny for fish, and fins and fish. Hawaiian for butterfly. I see it, and I guess the name, like, it has, like, the butterfly wings in the back going on. And I guess it's the same, you know, tefu, old writing for butterfly. Yeah, kapu, tefu. So, there we go, guys. That's that right there. Cosmog, Cosmic Smog, that's going to be it. Cosmoem? What is a moem? Like, it's probably something really dumb that I'm not really thinking about. But at least since it does gate moves, we can go back down to about Embryo. I'm not feeling it. I'm just thinking, I'm going to give it like a week 1 on the cause something. Lunala, so Galio and Lunala, I want to give 2s. Because it's just like Soul for Sun. Galio has like different interpretations. I just go off of, like, some people call it Sol Galeo for like Galileo, but also into the Leo. I call it Leo because Leo for lion, and then like that has the whole astronomic symbol thing going on. So I'm gonna give them both a 2 because like Sol Galeo, it works, but I think it gets a little cluttered. And then same with the Lunala, that it's like, okay, we got Allah something. Nil Ego. Oh man, it's like, what do we like? Are all the beasts like technically 3s? Because we have, like, now, I know, like, people call it Nihil Ego, because, like, nihilism. I've always just gone off of nihilism, because that's what I first heard people saying it as. And it goes off the ego as well, and it plays an important role of the story. Like, when Nihil Ego was teased, and it was just called UBO1, and we didn't know its names, they said that its name is very important to the story. I wonder if that was a force into a 3, or if it's worth a 2. I'm going to give it a 2. We have Buzzwole, though. Get swole, get ripped. So I'm going to give that one a 3 for being just a terrible pun. Pheromosa, pheromones. I don't understand the Mosa part. So I'm going to go give it a 2. All right, maybe the Ultra Beasts aren't all 3s. But some of these are bad, like Zerkatry. Zerkatry is going to be a 3 right there. I want to give Celesteela. Anything that uses steel, that blatantly gets a 3 for me. Kartana. Oh, man. Like, Kartana kind of rolls off the tongue, but it, like, what is the, like, it's like katana, but why is there an R in there? Is there something, katana, charta, Latin for paper, kurtana. I'm gonna go with, like, charta. I don't know. I want to just give it the 2 for katana now that I'm looking at it a bit more. And Guzzlord is also another interesting one, because we have, like, Guzzle, you know, just non-stop engorging oneself, and then it's the lord of that. So I'm gonna give a 3 to Guzzlord. We have Necrozma. I think Necrozma, honestly, just, like, I understand Necro has its own meanings and stuff, but I don't see it with the Necrozma, so I'm just gonna go and give that one a 0. Now, Magearna. Magearna's interesting because it actually, like, there's a gear, like, you just straight up say gear in it, but I'm just gonna give that one a 2. Marshadow, it's a shadowy marshmallow, so I'm going to go and give that a 3. And there we go, guys. That is it right there. Now, I think I did drop the ball on, like, these super special ones, like Toucanon. But we have, for, like, the super special ones, Toucanon, Lycanroc, Araquanid, Beware, Oranguru, Mimikyu. I think that those make perfect sense. Then for 0, we have 8 zeros. So we just have 8 nonsensical names. We have 14 1s. We have 26 2s. And then we have 33 3s. So we have 33 super crazy pun names. We have 2 pretty good, or we have, what was that, 26 pretty good puns. Then we have, 14 weak puns. And then the rest are just whatever kind of name. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you made it this far, please leave a like. It means that, yeah, you guys stuck around, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if this is exciting, just hearing me, like, read out the names and be like, "Puh, right, that's a pun," or if it's just too dumb of a video to keep going. But I mean, we could keep going. Like Bulbasaur, I would give Bulbasaur a 3. Ivysaur, I would give it a 3. Venusaur, I don't know. Like, I feel like in the earlier gens, maybe Pokemon was even nuttier with the pun names. What does Venusaur mean? Like, what does that Venu? I never looked into that. But yeah, like, we could go that. Charmander, that's a 3. So, like, the first generation could be pretty fun. But I wanted to start it off with the 7th gen because that's more relevant right now. And then we'll see where it goes. And I think it's perfect time to end because now there's just an ambulance driving by. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.